I'm so excited to see you.
It is great as usual. I love this time we have together.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? I'm really excited because I can't tell you how many times I have heard in my career as a leader that I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to be a bother. And so I'm so excited that we're giving tips today for following up without being a bother. And with my dyslexia, I almost wrote without being a brother.
That's so funny. Well, it's funny that we came up with this topic for today. I really feel that there's a misconception about follow-up. Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so I look at there's levels of follow-up, and we're going to teach the level of follow-up that anyone and everyone would enjoy having done to them, we'll say, or having someone approach them. Okay, not done to them, but approach them. And so here's the levels. There are reminders, there's an encouragement, and there's downright stalking.
Oh,
And we're going to do another level, bounty hunter.
oh,
What that means is they see a price attached to that person. If I get them, wow, it's a price. I'm going to make some money. Okay, so to me, we really want to think about how we are going to follow up so that we're not the bother, we're not stalking, and we're not a bounty hunter.
yes.
I just know, Erica, I really appreciate reminders and encouragement. Oh my goodness, think of the word encouragement, to give courage. Where someone
I never looked at it that way.
Yeah,
What? Say it again. Say it again.
Okay, encouragement is really helping someone by giving them some courage. So how do we give them courage? Through the follow-up process, we do a lot of asking of questions. So for example, Erica, if I say to you, we've talked about, how we both love essential oils, right? So let's use essential oils. Okay. So if I ask you, have you ever had an experience with essential oils? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, I have. Well, my next question should be, tell me about that experience. And then I love what you say. In fact, I have to tell you, I've learned that surveys are good. I'm like doing a few questions, and that's a survey, right? If you're asking us some questions.
Yes.
So if they say, well, I've used them for this. Okay, tell me how it worked. How did it work for you? Okay. Now, I want to invite them to a class that our friend Tiffany does, right? She does the best class ever. Anybody wants to come to a class, let us know, right? We'll invite them.
You have to fill out a survey.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then Tiffany wants to help you. So,
yes.
But here's my thought. I could ask Erica, and she could be busy driving one of her daughters to work. And she goes, oh, yeah, I really want to do that. She gets home, and then her other daughter goes, I need help with my homework.
This is my life.
Okay. Well, she meant to do this. She wanted to do this. So I need to find out, is it that she didn't come because she wasn't interested? Or is it that she didn't remember? Right. So that's why I say the first thing you want to do is remind. Okay, so that's my feeling with thought. The first thing of follow-up is a reminder. How do you feel about that, Erica?
I love it. And see, the reason that reminder will work is because you asked a question first. You see, a lot of times the reason why people have a hard time following up is because they never asked if the person was interested. They talked about, I love this oil, blah, blah, blah. They talked about I, and then they just assumed the other person was interested. And so now it's like awkward because you pre-profiled, you asked questions, right? And the person said yes. Now it's fine. It's fine to follow up. They said yes. It's not being a bother, right?
And so when I do my reminder, okay, and let's say you don't show up again, okay? So I know that last week didn't work. I want to remind you that we have our class again every Thursday night, which she, again, does an incredible job every Thursday. And so maybe I see a picture of Axel.
And my pepperoni.
He's so cute. And so I see that picture and I think, I really want to encourage her to come to the class because I know how much the lavender helped Chloe being fearful with thunderstorms. So what am I doing? I'm thinking, what could benefit her? That's what will give her courage. If I say just something to you and I say, I want to encourage you to hop on this Thursday if you're available. In fact, I'll ask Tiffany to share a couple ideas for you that would help with a little cute axle. Okay. Wow. Not only is it giving her courage, it's giving her a why. So the
Yeah.
encouragement is not just courage, but also the reason that you want to take that time. So reminders are encouragement. And I think there are words you can use. Like, I want to remind you, I want to encourage you, and then the last thing I always do is I say to people after a few of these, Erica, I never want to be an annoyance or a pest. I think I actually said that to you about our direct mail program that we love, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I always say, I don't want to be a pest. And I always say, please don't let me become an annoyance. Please message me back if you've just been busy and you need some more reminders about the next event. I get the nicest messages.
She does. And listen, let me tell you, she was reaching out to me for the mail thing, but it was during my annual sale, right? And I was bananas. Okay, I've got 600 customers. I'm doing this. It was perfect timing, by hand, all this stuff. And so I was a little busy. So I remember that message and I was like, oh crap. She has been going out of her way to make me feel special. She mailed me something. She's been reaching out, and I'm just being rude at this point. And I felt really bad about it. And I apologized to you. And it was just that I was busy, and it wasn't anything against Eileen. But let me tell you guys something. Had Eileen not done those levels, she asked me for my address. She mailed me something. She followed up. Had she not followed up, she would have just spent money on mailing me some fabulous brownies, right? So she followed up, and then look where we are now. I increased my sales by 50% by adding this tool. 50% people, so she was brave, I guess you'd say, because some of you are afraid to do this, but she was like probably thinking, I can't even believe Erica. This would be great for her. What's the problem? You weren't taking it personally, were you?
No. And I think that's the other thing with follow up. I know people will say things like when they're making calls, oh, they probably see my phone number and they're not answering, or they're ignoring my texts or emails. Well, no, the email probably went to spam.
Yeah.
Does that a lot. That's why we like direct mail so much now in our program. Texting, they may have seen it again, and people get busy. Follow up is really important for the busy people who we know will do a good job of anything, right? And here's the other thing, one of my sayings about follow up is that sometimes people aren't consistent in follow up because they feel that people are resistant in doing or sharing or becoming a part of or whatever it is. But I really feel like for me, even with essential oils, I've sort of made this sort of like a thing when I'm sharing that I used to be resistant and now I'm consistent and it's a part of my daily life.
Oh, I can't even handle all these fabulous sayings and t-shirts. Okay, listen, enough already. Eileen, you're writing a book on just sayings, okay? Just get to writing it. Just get a Google Doc and just every day, just write. You're going to have a book next Thursday, okay? You are so amazing. And when you say these things, they like hit your heart and they hit your noggin like, whoa, that makes so much sense.
And so follow up. If you're resistant to follow up, make the decision to be consistent and follow up. And I remember when I first met Bob, he's not here, so I can tell you the story.
Is it juicy?
And everybody else who's listening. I can remember, dating him. And of course, my natural coaching would come out, and he was in home improvement sales. And so I would say things like, so how do you get referrals? And he goes, well, I don't. I said, well, what do you do to get them? I don't do anything. Well, that's why he wasn't getting them. So how do you follow up with someone who just said, yeah, I want to spend $50,000 on remodeling with all these home improvements? And he said, I don't. And so
I can't believe this is the Bob I know today.
I know. And so we talked about the fact that when I met him many, many, many years ago, that was like 2006, right? So 17 years ago, that it was a different world. Now we have so many tools. Oh my goodness. We have like the direct mail program we have is so affordable. They even have a program now that you can test it out, ladies and gentlemen, for 3 months. So
Oh,
if
yes.
you've been resistant about testing out the direct mail, think about this. Unlimited postcards, you just pay the postage. Okay. You can remind, you can encourage. I love doing the one with the key, or I love this foot in the door, this little foot. There's so
Yeah.
many things you can do that back then, maybe you had to have a lot of money to do the direct mail. It was
Oh, yeah.
expensive. Valpak. Oh, am I supposed to say a brand?
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway,
Well, I know because I did Valpak and Clipper and all that for my salon. Hey, just real quick, if anyone's like, I want to try out this direct mail that I almost said Olivia, Eileen and Erica, Olivia's my daughter. Eileen and Erica are doing. Can you just write the word test below, and then we will give you our link so you can test out because you can't get this testing thing like by going to a website. This is like exclusive because we're VIP.
yeah. Absolutely. We want to help you test out. So back to the follow up with the direct mail. It's a very great way to do it with a birthday card or keeping top of mind. Okay. So that's important follow up. And that means if it's Mother's Day, you might send a card. If it's July 4th, for those of you who are direct sales, get ready, get this program and talk about Independence Day, meaning being an independent business owner too, right?
Yes.
So follow up is in a lot of different ways. And then I think one thing I'd like to close with, and I want to turn it over to you, Erica, is that follow up really means you care when you're happy after the follow up.
Exactly.
But if you're disappointed, when you're disappointed, you don't repeat something. If you feel like I did my best job with reminding and encouraging and being sure that they know how to find me and that I'm not an annoyance,
right,
you're eager to do it again the next time. And then you're consistent and not resistant.
I love it. Write that down, please, guys. Type it below, okay? Because that is genius. And so for me with follow up, it's along the same lines. Mine's a little bit different because first, I never give a Zoom link. I never talk to anyone about the products or whatever unless they fill out my survey. That gives me time to pause. So it's very easy to follow up because the survey is written with psychology and marketing, the Blessing Method survey, right? So now I just look at their survey. They said what they want. You know how easy it is to follow up now because they said what they want. So I can just say, hey, I know you said that you were interested in blank. Would you like to attend on Thursday or would Sunday be better or whatever? You know what I mean? So I have that. Now, if I wanted someone to fill out the survey and they have not filled out the survey, I still need to follow up. It doesn't mean they said no, right? It doesn't mean no unless they actually said the word no, right? So if I wanted someone to fill it out, then I would do reminders. Hey, I was really looking forward to receiving your survey. Or I know that you had mentioned you were interested in help with allergies. I'd really love for you to take the survey so that I can help you. Or, is there any chance that you could spend 2 minutes today to fill out the survey? I'd really love to be able to help you with blank. It's the same thing Eileen's saying, right? We're both coming from boop, 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 the heart, and it was serving. What you did not hear, and this has been my pet peeve all week, it's driving me bananas, was I'm in a challenge and I'm going to win a prize. So I need you to fill this out. I'm in a challenge. I'm going to win a prize. So I need you to attend the Zoom because I need 7 more people. Can you be one of my 7? See, that is very hard to follow up with because now you're just using the person, right? And it makes you uncomfortable. So listen to how Eileen and I followed up. It was about serving, about wanting to help. And it was so natural, right? So natural. Don't you think, Eileen?
Well, and I think again that we have to think about why do we follow up? And we follow up because we know we need someone to follow up sometimes with us. Yeah. I could have the best intentions in the world. Here's a great one. One of my grandchildren were doing a fundraiser. And of course, I'm going to always donate to my granddaughter or grandson's fundraising activities. You know what? I am so thankful that my daughter-in-law sent me a little text today saying, I want to remind you that the fundraiser is ending Friday, because I would have felt so horrible.
Oh, yes.
If I had not donated to this fundraiser. And so I appreciate reminders. I do like encouragement with things that like I might have been resistant in with essential oils, and now I'm very consistent. And so I think that that's really the key here. Why do we follow up? And really, people appreciate reminders and encouragement.
And we follow up because we know that our product or service can transform their life. When you really know that you've got some fabulous, skincare or weight loss or oils or vitamins or whatever, you want to help someone else not to live with aches and pains or wrinkles or whatever, right?
Speaking of wrinkles, I did not realize that most of the skincare companies are not carrying something to help them with the blue rays. Do you know that all these things in the screen can ruin our skin, Erica?
Oh my gosh, I've been preaching this for years. I've been preaching this. Now on my personal Facebook, right? Erica Vassal, go there, guys. I did a whole video for Melanoma Day. And listen to what I'm telling you and watch your children. This device is emitting a blue light. Okay. I used to own a tanning salon. I am an expert on UVA and UVB rays. Go and watch my video. Comment below after you watch it. It is eye-opening. You've got to protect your skin with sunblock even when you're inside the house.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And with our new products line that you and I both are excited about that we discovered as an affiliate program, it's amazing to me is, again, follow up would be if I see someone going to the beach or that, I normally would say, be sure you bring your sunblock. But now I'm going to say, I know you spend a lot of time on your computer. Yes. Did you know? Because I'm one of those who was ignorant. I had no idea, but I put it on faithfully now.
Oh, you have to. And then I'll just say real quick. So I do a scan, okay, for people's skin in my beauty business. And what I noticed after the pandemic, I've been doing these for years, is that right here, people are having a lot of sun damage. So think about it. If you were outside, the sun hits here. It wouldn't hit here. Why does it hit here? In my mind, and I'm not a scientist, it's the phone. Look.
Wow. So here's what I would say to you. And we're using this because, of course, we're excited about the product. But here's the deal. How many of you are not aware that blue light is a challenge for your skin, who can be damaging to your skin? So we may mention it now, but if we sent a reminder, I just want to remind you, did you get something to help you with that? And if you need some help, we'd love to help you.
Yes.
That's the encouragement. It's not something that's pressuring. And if they don't, and they have something that does, we're happy for you.
Yes.
If they don't have something, we want them to be safe.
We do, because the blue light, your skin thinks it's actually like the sun. And so this is a really big deal because we don't want anyone to be wrinkly.
We don't want wrinkles in their business. We don't want, So I guess we should go back to follow up. But that was, I think, a good example that I didn't know. And if I hadn't thought about it and Tiffany and I hadn't gotten together and I got the information, I would not have been unhappy if she said, I want to remind you, you seem to spend a lot of time in front of the computer doing podcasts and on your phone. Did you ever get something to protect yourself? To me, that is such a nice question.
It is, but can I just say, let's really, and Eileen and I never even talk about it. I didn't even know we were going to talk about this, okay, about the blue light. But listen, would you really be upset? Think about this. Would you really be upset if someone checked back in with you because they're trying to prevent your skin from rapidly aging? Would you really be upset? So we're just trying to put it in perspective for you is that people are reaching back out because they care about you. And, you should want to reach back out, right? Because you care about others. And that's truly what it is, right?
No matter what your business is, there are people who will have a need at some time.
Or they know someone.
Oh my gosh, that's a big one. Following up, that's a big one we didn't even address.
Oh, we'll have to do that next time.
We will. We're going to do a whole show on referrals.
Oh, we should. We should do an event. We have to charge for it because it's going to be too good.
Yeah, you're right. It's interesting. The only reason I think charging is a really good thing sometimes is perceive value. And I hope our
Oh, yeah.
listeners realize that you're valuable. Every one of you are. And so when you do bring something to the table and you do want to charge a little bit for something, don't hesitate. So,
Yes.
but we love doing these too, because it's just fun for us to get together with all of you and meet you and share a little bit of what we feel is important and
Yes.
making a difference in biz, but we want it to make a difference in your biz like it is in ours.
We do. And I'll just say, just piggyback on that before we end, is that it is actually proven that when someone pays for something, whether it's $1 or $5, that they're more invested, they're more likely to show up and apply the knowledge. Right. And so if we're going to share something with you that can transform your business, we really want to. So if we charge you a few bucks for something, it's because we know that statistically speaking, that if we charge a few bucks for you to attend, that you're going to have far better results than if we're just like, hey, just show up on Zoom. And just like Eileen said, think about that for your business. How much are you giving away for free? And what's the success rate with your clients? So, hey, just an extra thing. We can't help ourselves, Eileen. We're just full of these nuggets.
We keep going and going and going, don't we?
We have to run. We have to run. We both have appointments.
Yes. All right. Everybody have a great week.
Share us out, okay? See you next Thursday at 12 Eastern. Bye.
Bye.